Now, single-handedly, this right here is one of the most powerful ways to raise your vibration, and it's not spoken about enough. What is good, Does Nation? Welcome back to the channel, man. And listen, I've been trying to get this video out for you guys for a little minute, but it's been raining every single day where I'm at in Florida. And if you know anything about content creation, man, you know that the rain and filming does not work out. But anyway, in this video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about the 5 or at least 5 of my ways that I've learned along my journey to raise your vibration. Now, what is vibration? We are all energies, okay? We are all vibrating. We are all empty space. 95% of an atom is empty space, and we know that this is what we are made of. When I'm talking about vibration, I'm talking about the certain frequency that we are on, the certain frequency and energies that we give off as beings. We are spiritual beings having a human experience right now. Now that we got that out the way, you caught up with all that, man, we can begin the video. The number one way that I found that you can raise your vibration is by simply doing this one thing right here, and that is giving gratitude. It is one of the quickest ways to raise your vibration, in fact. And I practice this every single morning. When I wake up, I immediately thank God for blessing me with the breath to have another day. I set my intentions for the day, and I'm thankful just to have another experience being in this world. I give thanks for my family, all of my things that I am very blessed to have, such as a bed. The little things. It doesn't matter what you give gratitude for, but everybody is thankful for something because everybody has a better life than a lot of people. Let's be honest, even some of the people that are struggling the most right now, there are still people that are wanting what they have, that are yearning to have their lifestyle. So when you put those things into perspective, it's easy to see how you can be thankful for something. As human beings, it's easy for us to go on with our day and just focus on our wants and the things that we have and the desires of our hearts or whatever that may be. It's easy to just focus on the things that we do not have, especially in this modern day where we have social media, where we only see the climax of somebody's career. We see everybody living their best life on the gram, right? So to speak, right? In that context, it's easy to always yearn for something, to always want for something. But you have to be careful because there's a thin line between that. Now, as a human being, we're constantly gonna have a desire for something. As long as you're in this physical body, you're gonna want something. You're gonna have some form of desire. Whether that's carnal, whether you want to become spiritually enlightened, we're going to have a desire. What happens is when your desires overtake you, there's a thin line between that. Because when you say that you want something, what you're doing is you're putting out into the universe that you currently do not have something in this present state right now. So you're in a position of lack now. You're yearning for something. You want something. So now what you're doing is putting that signal out that you're in a position of lack. We are not creatures of lack, we are creatures of abundance. So what I encourage you to do is to first give thanks for what you do have. Even if it's something as small as a stick of deodorant, be thankful for having that, because there are people that don't have deodorant. There are people that don't have shoes. So we can always give thanks for something, our family, our health, anything. It's the easiest way to raise your vibration, and it's a thin line because as human beings, we're always gonna desire something and want something. But if you continue to have that mindset, and if you are continuing a path of wanting and not really appreciating what you have right now, you will never find fulfillment. It's the honest truth. So what I encourage you guys to do is give gratitude. That is the number one way, or one of the 5 ways on how to raise your vibration. Now, the number 2 way that you can raise your vibration, oh my gosh, man. Woo! Let me get into this, man. This one still gives me goosebumps, man. The number 2 way that you can raise your vibration is by grounding. What is grounding? Okay, so a couple of months ago, I had my first astral projection experience. I have been trying to do this for a year. Once I let go and stopped trying, it finally happened. But I had my first astral projection experience, and I was contacted by one of my ancestors, one of my ancient ancestors, As you guys know, I'm Haitian. If you know anything about Haiti, you know that it was a land of Africans that were brought there to be in slavery. There were already natives there that were melanated, but a lot of people that are in Haiti now are descendants of Africans, mainly war heroes. But anyway, I was contacted by one of my ancestors from the land that is now called Africa. I also learned that Africa is not the original name of Africa through this ancestor. I learned that Africa had many names such as Ethiopia, Al-Kebanon. Once it was conquered by Africanus, that's how it got its name. I was contacted by one of my ancient ancestors on the land that is now called Africa, and at this time I was borderline depressed. I tore my ACL. I couldn't go play basketball in Spain this year as I planned to go play my first season pro. I was stressed out, man. I was just not in a good place, and I was just searching for happiness, man. I wasn't happy with my life. I was slaving at my 9-to-5 job. I just wasn't happy, and I was just in search of something, in search of happiness. You know what I'm saying? I was just looking for happiness, and I was meditating one night, and he contacted me, and the first thing I asked him was, are you love and light? Are you from the source? Because sometimes a lot of deities or energies might try to come to you as a loved one, but that's not really the case. So I asked him that, and I started speaking to him because I was in search of energy. I needed some energy. I was feeling drained. And what he told me was that my ancestors would put their feet on the ground, in the dirt, in the grass, and they would shift their heels to absorb the energy from the earth. And I had never heard this concept in my life. I had never even thought about this idea. This concept was so far-fetched to me. It hadn't even occurred to me that I had been wearing shoes my whole life. But he told me this, and then after that, I snapped out of that dimension and came back into my body. And the following day, I was scrolling down Instagram, and I seen a post about grounding. The very next day, I seen a post about grounding, and they were talking about the benefits of putting your feet in the earth, and it blew my mind. I knew that he was talking to me. I knew that this synchronicity wasn't an accident. So ever since then, I had been practicing walking outside in the grass barefoot and just feeling the earth and being connected with the earth, being planted on the earth, and this has raised my vibration so much. Ever since then, I've had another astral projection experience. I've manifested so many different things in my life. I've literally been manipulating my reality. I've been downloading information. It's just been a beautiful experience, man. I have raised my vibration so much, and every day isn't perfect, but this is one way that I feel is not spoken about enough, and it will change your experience on this earth. So I'm glad I could share that with you guys. But number 2 is grounding, walking in nature barefoot. It does something. I can't really explain it. I'm still learning, but it does something different. It hit different. I'm telling you, it hit different, man. You feel me? Like, I grew up in the city. I grew up in New York, so I was always in some boots, some Timbs. I was never barefoot. You feel me? I was never barefoot. But I don't know, man. Lately, like, I just been on a different wave. Like, I've been on my real, like, just earthy, naturey, just hippie type wave, and it's been beautiful, man. So number 2 is grounding. The third way to raise your vibration, and I know this one is gonna seem simple, but you wouldn't believe how many people do not know how to do this and who have lost the ability to do this. The third way to raise your vibration is to simply have fun. I know it seems simple, but with this day and age, man, in the rat race and the pressure that society puts on you, everybody is so money hungry, because in this capitalist society, people can only do good if people are struggling. You know what I'm saying? That's just the harsh reality of a capitalist society, and people are just trying to feed their families. They're trying to be something and get somewhere, and people forget to have fun. There's so much stress in this world that people forget to have fun, man. Think back to when you were a child and you used to experience total bliss every single day, and simple things like having water gun fight or just skating or something, those smiles that you produced on your face back when you were a child, back when you were innocent, those were truly smiles of bliss and happiness and having fun. And as we get older in society, we take on more serious roles. Some of us have families, and we forget to have fun. Now, fun is subjective. Fun to me is traveling, hanging out with my family. I love fashion. I love hooping. You know, I like doing exciting and new things. I love cars and I love racing, right? But a lot of people forget to even focus on themselves and get in tune with themselves and remember what having fun means to them. Having fun to you might mean fishing. Having fun to you might mean skydiving or whatever. But this is why you guys see me periodically, I post on YouTube quotes and things to encourage you on how to have fun and how to just calm down and don't take life so seriously. We were brought to this planet to experience the pleasures of being a human being. We were brought here to experience joy and happiness, not to be slaving away at a job for 12 hours a day and then coming home and then doing the same thing over and over again. So it's important that we remember to have fun. It raises our vibration. When we experience pleasure, your soul will talk to you. It'll tell you what you need. It'll tell you when you need a day off, when you need a vacation. We were designed to enjoy this reality, okay? So it's important to have fun. I know this one seems simple, but you'd be surprised at how many people have lost the ability to have fun. How many people have lost the ability to use their imagination? Think about it. People have lost their ability to have an active imagination. It's almost like there's shackles on the mind now. People can't even fathom how they want to live, what they want to experience. So I think we really need to go back to the source, man. Go within ourselves and really figure out who we are and understand what having fun means to us, guys. The fourth way to raise your vibration, guys, is this right here: eating high frequency foods. Now, you don't have to be plant-based or vegan like me, you know what I'm saying? You can eat whatever you want to eat, but just to put things into perspective, right? Foods like almonds, nuts in general, and live greens like kale and all that stuff, spinach, burdock root, have a vibration of 50 to 75 megahertz. That's what they vibrate at. So when you eat that food, you're putting that vibration inside of you, and you're now vibrating at that frequency, if not higher. Foods like meats, chicken, beef, etc. Guess what those foods vibrate at? I'll give you some time. They vibrate at a frequency of 2 to 5 megahertz. So put that into perspective for a second. Live greens vibrate at about 70 to 75 and above megahertz. That's a high vibrating food. Foods like chicken, beef, dead flesh vibrate at 2 to 5. So that's a drastic difference in vibration. And this stuff is all around us all day. We talk about this all the time. Only good vibes, high vibes, bitch don't kill my vibe. Ain't nobody killing your vibe, you killing your vibe. You understand? To each their own. We don't bash anybody here in this community, you know what I'm saying? But just to put things into perspective, eating high frequency foods can raise your vibration. What you're using to fuel your physical body can raise your vibration. This is why this Dudley Duds brand on my channel, in my community, I promote the totality of health. Healthy food, healthy physical being, healthy mentality, healthy spirituality. This is why I promote health in its totality, guys. So it's important that we're conscious of what we're eating. Nobody's perfect. I'm not telling nobody what to eat. I ate meat my entire life. But it's interesting to really dig down deep and understand that the foods that we eat affect us on a more spiritual level than we may have been aware of, right? But this is why I always encourage you guys to do your own research. What we consume, what we put in our temple, affects us more than we know. So eating high frequency foods, alkaline foods, high vibrating foods can definitely lift your vibration. And the fifth way that you guys can raise your vibration, guys, is to simply meditate. Now, I have many videos on this. Go to my channel and check them out. But I practice many different forms of meditation. One way that I practice meditation is each morning after I give my gratitude, I sit down and I set my intentions on my goals for the day, and I really focus on my goals and I affirm things to myself. I talk to myself in my mind for about 5, sometimes 10 minutes, and I tell myself things that I want to accomplish for the day and things that I see myself doing, and that really helps me get on a mental state to where it's just attack mode. I'm getting it all day long. I'm just grinding, whether that's with workouts, training clients, spending time with family, or whatever. Once I put myself in that mental state in the morning and I'm meditating on my goal, I talk to myself and I affirm things. I say, I am prosperous, I am happy, I am loving, I am peaceful. Whatever you put behind I am is what you will become. So I'm very in tune with what I put after I am, and that's one way that I practice meditation each morning. Another way that I practice is that at nighttime I try to calm myself down. So at nighttime, what I often do is sometimes I'll either just sit there and be still and observe my thoughts, and any negative thought that tries to infiltrate my mind, I'll minimize that thought and make it dim and make it disappear. And it's almost like in my mind I see a file cabinet, and all of the negative thoughts, I push it to the side and I uplift any good thought. And sometimes I'll do that for 10, sometimes maybe 20 minutes, an hour. Another way that I meditate is I visualize a lot. So some nights, if I'm trying to manifest something like a trip, I will lay there and literally visualize myself on that trip. I'll visualize how it's gonna smell, how I see it through my perspective, as well as how I see it through in other perspective. I'll have an associative perspective where I'm in it, and a disassociated perspective where I'm watching myself enjoy this experience. And I've manifested so many things that way. I've been to so many places already in my mind that it's almost to the point where it's boring if I go there in real life, almost, because I've already done it so much. But that's another way that I meditate, is I visualize anything that I want and I attract that to me. It may not be in this dimension yet, but I'm in alignment with that. Now, another way that I meditate is I work on my chakras. So I have some candles right here, right? So I have, if the camera could focus. So I have chakra candles right here, right? So I have my sacral, I also got my solar plexus, and lately I've been working a lot on my root chakra. Because I've been opening some wounds from my childhood that I never really dealt with, and I've been dealing with it now and starting a healing process from within. So I realized that there was a lot of instability that I felt within myself that stemmed from my childhood. So that's another way that I meditate, is I work on my chakra healing, and I just try to open up the floodgates within myself and heal myself and come in alignment and balance. Now when I do that, I'll mainly chant whatever mantra is associated with that chakra. So for example, the mantra that I'm pretty sure that 99% of you guys are familiar with is the Om. Now that is associated with the third eye chakra. That's why you see a lot of monks will be chanting that Om. But there's many different mantras for different chakras. There's Ram, Lam. So there's different mantras associated with different chakras. So that's another way that I meditate, is on my chakras, and it's been very rewarding. It doesn't happen overnight, but it's been very rewarding. And actually the other night I was meditating on my solar plexus, which is located like right here in the stomach, and that chakra has to deal with basically self-image and how you feel about yourself. And I was meditating on that, and I had another astral projection experience where I was talking to my uncle who had passed, but that's a whole nother story. But guys, those are 5 ways that you can raise your vibration. If you made it to this end of the video, you are really a part of the Does Nation. You really rock with the boy, you really rock with the channel, and I appreciate you, man. I hope this video was of some value to you. I hope I enlightened you on many different things. I hope you take these tips and go practice it yourself, do your own research. I always encourage you guys to do your own research, man. At this point, make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, you know, all that good stuff, man. And make sure to share this video with a friend if it really helped you out. Comment down below some of the things that you're doing to better yourself spiritually, mentally, or even physically. Comment down below. I want to engage with you guys. Holla at me. I'm always talking to y'all, man. But I'll see you guys in the next video, man. As always, you see the hoodie, baby. You see the hoodie, baby. As always, man, stay blessed.